Hello! Hi guys! So I am doing a live today so that I can have a video to show you guys for these at-home kits that you guys are purchasing, which thank you so much. I truly appreciate it, and for small businesses here, that is a huge help for this time of us not having our doors open. So I am going to do a box here. This is one of the boxes I posted the other day. I'm gonna show you guys how to stain it, and then I'm gonna do one side with a transfer and chalk paste, and then I'm gonna do the other side with vinyl and paint. That way you can see how to do this step by step. And I wanna make sure that everybody clearly understands how to do this stuff so that when you're at home, you can do your fun projects and your crafting, and it can be nice and not stressful. So, all right. I'm gonna tilt you down so you can see what I'm doing, just like always. And my phone is charging, so it better not die today. All right, so here we go. We're gonna do the box. So in your kit, you are going to get a little thing of stain and gloves. So when you, and you're also gonna get a little spongy brush like this. So you're gonna use this brush and you're going to apply your stain to your surface before you chalk. And then you're going to use the towels that I put in the kits to then wipe the stain back off. And we want it to be nice and dry. So for this one, I'm just going to actually be doing some rough painting on here because I just want a little bit. I kind of like this natural color. And so that's what I'm gonna do on here. So let me get these out of the way. Okay, so I'm gonna just give myself some paint. Oh, it's not open. I'm gonna use a dark brown, and I'm just gonna do a couple of light dry brushing on my surface, and that's all I'm gonna do on here. No staining, but for those of you that I sent stain home with, like I said, you just brush it on and then you wipe it right back off. I can't get this thing open. I finally have some brown paint. Okay. All right, so if you're on with me today, give me a shout. Let me know who's here hanging out with me while we do some painting. Okay, I'm gonna do some dry brushing. If you guys wanna dry brush your surfaces, this is how you would do it. You take your brush and you're gonna just use a little bit of acrylic paint and dab that so that there's barely any paint on your brush. And I'm just gonna kind of brush this on here. Some sections I'm gonna have probably a little heavier than others. And you just add it on nice and slow. That way you don't get big globs, although sometimes I like the big globs. There we go. Now I'm getting myself some globs. Very nice. Hello, Cherie. Long time no see. I want to give myself some globs here. I want some globs. I always definitely like to hit my edges too. Make sure I like this look that it kind of gives them. Okay. I can finish the rest later because I'm just going to be chalking the front and the back for right now. Actually, I can just do this real quick too. It doesn't take that long. Let's get our sides here. So how's everybody? How are things? Everybody's super quiet. Hope everybody's doing good and hanging in there. Okay, so this is just a simple dry brush on my box here. And so first thing I want to do is kind of rub my hand on it, and it's dry. Like my paint is dry. So I know that when I go to put my, hey Liz, when I go to put my transfers and stuff on here, I know it's not going to ruin my transfer and it's not going to be too wet to where it won't stick. So let me get this out of the way. Okay, so step one, we are going to do vinyl. This is vinyl here. So for those of you guys that have the vinyl with your kits, this is how we do this. So first thing you want to do is flip it over, and you want to get a corner started to where you peel this backing off of your blue vinyl, just like this. Okay, so the easiest way to do this that I have found is I keep my fingers pushed on here as I go, like this. And you'll see that sometimes this happens where it lifts up and it pulls the vinyl with it. So when that happens, you just push it back down and you peel it back and try to keep it flat to your surface like this. Don't pull it straight up like that, because then it's gonna pull all of the inside pieces off. So I also wiggle mine when I do it, like this, back and forth. It just really helps keep these little inside pieces stuck down, and that's what we need it to do. Hello, Roxanne. Okay, so you can see I'm almost there, getting my pieces, making sure they stay down where they need to be. If you do accidentally pull one up, you can just pick it off the backing and stick it back down. Okay, so now that I have this all peeled off, I'm gonna put it on my surface. I'm gonna try and line this up as best as I can. That's where I think I want mine to go. And then I'm just gonna rub it down. Make sure it's really good, stuck down. We don't want bubbles in here. Bubbles are bad. Okay, so now that it's stuck down, now we need to get this top layer off. All of your vinyls came with the top layer. So you can see I have a little sticky film right here that I need to now peel off. So to peel this off, you want to go slow, and you want to do the same thing as we did before. Just keep it flat to your surface. Don't pull it straight up, keep it flat. Just keep your hand on it, keep your hand on this side, and wiggle. It's the easiest way to get this off of here without lifting all of your little pieces underneath that you need to stay on there. Okay, we're about halfway. Give me a shout out if you're hanging out with me, watching some fun crafting. This is my instructional video for you guys. This is how we keep sane, right? Okay, got this off. Now this is garbage. We don't need this anymore. This is your difference that you'll see between vinyl and transfers. Okay, so another thing that you guys got in your kits is a little sponge brush. And this is what we use to put our paint on with the vinyl, not with the transfer. Hello, Melissa. So here, you guys got little containers of paint in your kit too. I'm gonna just give myself some right here. Shouldn't probably need too much. So what you're gonna do is, when you dab your brush in your jar of paint, you're just gonna kind of dab it in. Don't scoop it. We just wanna dab. So you're just getting like a real small amount of paint on your brush to start with. And now when we go to apply it onto our vinyl, we don't swipe it, we dab. If you swipe it, it's gonna go underneath your vinyl and smear. So we just dab, 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 dab. Every time I say that, I think of The Simpsons. When I was younger, I watched The Simpsons, and there was one episode where I think Lisa was doing like tap class, and they used to say, tappa, tappa, tappa. And now every time I am talking and explaining how to apply this, and I say dab, in my mind I think dabba, dabba, dabba. Dabba dab, dabba dab. So if you guys ever hear me say that in a class, that's where I get that from from The Simpsons. Okay, we're almost done. You want to just dab your paint right over any open spots where the vinyl is. It's a little time consuming. You'll see the difference here between the vinyls versus the transfers, but at a time like this, it's much easier for me to ship out vinyl and paint and not worry about the paste drying. Sometimes I worry about that in shipments or in those little jars. I don't know how soon you guys are gonna get to your project, so I don't know if it's gonna dry out or what. Okay, so now you can see I have this nice and covered, and we're gonna pull off the vinyl. So when you do this, be careful that you don't touch what we just did, or else you'll smear your paint. So we kind of just pull straight up. And I put little toothpicks in your kits too to help pick this stuff up with. Eek. Okay, so now this vinyl that we just peeled up that's all covered in paint, I'm gonna just throw it away. What do we say? Yes, I actually did talk to Mandy today, so we're trying to figure out which one she wants to do, and of course we could do like a FaceTime or something. So I gave you guys these little toothpicks here with your vinyls. And what this is for is for picking the vinyl out on the insides. Since I can't send a picker, that's what I call it, a picker tool home with everybody. So it's to pick that inside part out. I can also do like a transfer thing if you guys want transfers that I have at the shop. To keep costs down, we can do like a rent thing or something like that, like you guys could just put a deposit on the transfer, and then when you return it, I'll just refund the deposit or something. That's something else I was thinking about doing, because some of these transfers here are really big and really kind of expensive that I don't want to like have to charge, you guys to use them, because they're reusable. Not this stuff, but the transfers. We're getting there. As you can see, this is super fun, picking out your insides. And it tends to smear a little bit, but that's okay. Nothing in nature is perfect, right? So I'm just, oops. Oh, I just broke my toothpick. Alright, we're almost there. Just picking out this little inside spot. Okay. Anybody have any questions so far? And I'm going to save this video and post it. I might even put it on like YouTube. That way, when you guys get a kit, I can just send you the link straight to this video to help with instructions. Oof, this one's really sticky. Come on. Tweezers would be helpful too, if you have some at home. Ooh. We're almost there. A picker tool is much easier to use because it has a little tiny hook on it, and it hooks into the vinyl. Or even like a utility knife or something, anything sharp and pointy. It's right. If you want perfect, order it from China. We're not very happy with China right now, right? So let's just hand make our own stuff and love it. Love every little mistake on it. Okay, we just have one more piece, is the inside of this R. There we go. Eek. All right, so there we go. Here is, so that's how you do vinyl. So it still looks really cool. It has a couple smudges, but I don't care. If you wanted, if you're at home and you're doing this and you have a smudge, you can just use a tiny paintbrush or something. Just use a real small paintbrush and use your original stain color and just kind of touch it back up over top. So that's how you would fix anything like that. Okay, so now that we are done with that, now I'm gonna show you how to use a transfer. So some of you guys I sent home with transfers, and this is how we do the transfer step. I don't feel like this is fully dry yet, and of course I did not bring a blow dryer over here. Hang on one second, let me get a blow dryer. Oh, you know, I don't even know if I have an outlet. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna blow dry this really quick so I can flip it over. Oops. All right, so now we're gonna do the other side. This is what we're going to do with a transfer. So for those of you guys using transfers, you have little jars of paste that came with your kit. So what you wanna do first is peel this off the backing. The easiest way to do this is to just take your thumb and just roll it straight down over your transfer. And it tends to stick to your thumb like that. So you then just peel it off. You can see a total difference in ease right there, right? So then I'm going to stick this on here, and part of it's gonna get cut off, and that's okay. And then, so you stick it down where you want it to go, give it a nice rub. Make sure it's good and stuck. Sometimes certain stains are more oily than others, and it tends to not stick so good. So if that is happening, you're gonna just hold your transfer and work in one section, one direction. So then you're gonna open up the little jar of paste that I gave you, and you have a stick, and you're gonna stir it first just to make sure that it's not dried out. If it is, just add a couple drops of like bottled water, don't use tap, bottled water to it, and stir it back up again, and it'll be okay. So then, since you have that little jar that you're working out of, the easiest thing is gonna do is to just scoop it out and put it on your transfer. So some of you guys, I was saying, we need to work in sections. If it's a big transfer, you're using multiple colors, we need to work in sections so that it doesn't dry. So here's how I'm gonna show you how to do that. I'm gonna do half of this transfer and then the other half. So you take your squeegee, you have a beveled edge here. That's how you spread the paste. You wanna push straight down and spread. You don't wanna lay flat and do this, because see how thick that is now? Now watch when I scrape it. See how you can see through the transfer better? Once you scrape it, that's what you want to see. You don't want it to be thick, or else it's gonna dry too fast. So just spread it all around. The only time I lay my squeegee flat is when I need to wipe the paste off of it to spread it some more. Okay, so I'm about halfway. Get this off of here. I'm gonna give myself a scrape. You can see I'm pushing down. Now I have all this paste here, and I'm gonna lift my transfer to about where I pasted, and then I'm gonna just, whoops, not do that. Oh, it's so sticky. I'm gonna let it fall right back over top what I just did, okay? I'm not gonna touch it anymore though. So now I'm gonna finish this side. Spreading my paste. It's super thick. I got tons of it, so I need to get all this extra now. I'm gonna put back in my jar, which you guys would put back in your little jars. And we're gonna scrape it. If you're using multiple colors, do one color at a time. Lift your transfer. Do the section you want as a color. Lift up before you move to your next section. Okay, so then you peel it off like this. And now here's your design. So you can see the difference in how easy transfers are versus vinyls. However, vinyls are easier to ship for like a one-time use thing. So it just takes a little bit more time. Now this squeegee here, you guys are gonna rinse this off in cold water. No soap at all, just cold water. Use a sponge if you need to. Put your lid back on your jar. And then your transfer also. Now this I'm gonna wash in cold water and it'll take all this paste off of here. It could leave a little residue like this, that's totally fine. All I care about is the screen part on the inside there, okay? So, tilt you back up. So you can see in, I don't know how long this video has been going on, but I just did one side of my box and the other side of my box. So both of them look really nice and both of them are pretty easy to do. So if you have any questions, just let me know. We can FaceTime, I can help you guys. And if you have like custom requests or anything, let me know that too, and I'll get it all ready for you. And then we'll get your kits all set up, packaged, and shipped out to you. So there you go. There's a fun project. I think something like this, I would just put like a clear jar on the inside with maybe like, you know, a couple sprigs or something. Whatever, it's nice. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna save this video and I'll post it. And when you guys have your kits at home, I reference back to the video. And like I said, if you have any questions, just let me know. Okay, bye guys.